you know, we've had a lot of fun. We've shared a lot of knowledge, and it's time to pause and recognize some folks who have made, and I'm getting goosebumps as I say this, who have made some extraordinary contributions to the work that you all do and the difference that you all make. I get the good fortune, and it's one of the things I very much look forward to every 2 years, to kind of help guide this little bit of an awards ceremony on. And today we're going to recognize some folks, and we're going to install a new award today, which is just as exciting. This is one where I get to be partners in crime with our president, Liz Hoover. Always a treat, my friend. Please, I think you wanted to say some words of welcome.
Just to echo Todd's sentiment that this is a really special part of the program, you know, to get to pause, as Todd said, and honor some truly special Aphasia Access members, you know, for making incredible, outstanding contributions to the life participation approach to aphasia. And just to iterate that this is an important part of our history. We've been able to have this moment in every leadership summit thus far. So you know, it's a fun time, and I too am honored to get to do it with my partner here, Todd.
Excellent, thank you, Liz. We have some folks who, in the pre-planning of the awards of the summit, said we want to support, we want to underscore the importance of these awards and whatnot, and stepped up and said we'd like to sponsor them. And we have two of them who are here today with us, who we've invited to share some words. The first, you may know them from memory care, and I think finally back to, I think it was Orlando, Janet Whiteside, and that's that summit, and now a new group, Cognitive Concierge, and Becky and Omar Kayum. Please, the floor is yours for a minute.
Thanks so much, Todd, and everyone here. It's just been an amazing summit so far. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Becky Kayum, and this is my business partner, Omar, who also happens to be my husband. So we're excited to be here. And we just launched a new startup called Cognitive Concierge, which really helps promote life participation for the families that we work with. So come check us out. We have free educational resources. Just posted a free presentation about primary progressive aphasia. We're excited to add more. We have different cognitive retreats. We just created one on a virtual trip to Boston. We're creating one on ornithology. So we're really excited to help promote life participation through some different avenues. So we're truly thrilled to be a sponsor of the awards today and recognize these amazing individuals. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, friends. It means the world that you're part of this, and part of the Aphasia Access family as well. We also have been so fortunate, I think, and it's only strengthened over the years, to build a relationship with the National Aphasia Association. And we all know and love Darlene Williamson, who is off with her grandkids today. And we told her if she dared try to walk away from that to be here, we would take issue with it. But we're thrilled to have Barbara and Steve Kessler here from the NAA, and wanted to give them a chance to say hello.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you. And also, we wanted to echo on behalf of the NAA that we as members of the board have the tremendous respect for all the incredible work, commitment, and devotion that you as members have for helping people who have had strokes, have aphasia, and are struggling to live, and Barbara's a good example. Mm-hmm. We're also very excited, as some of you are sharing some of your new creative ideas, because yes, we for years now have been national advocates for promoting rehabilitation innovation through technology. Okay. And as an example, we are working now with an Israeli startup company called VoiceIt, and it's voiceit.com, that has, through a unique software, including artificial intelligence, is able now to help people with serious speech impediments in any language regain their ability to communicate. And we're excited to say that both Amazon and Microsoft have signed on. And the key, I'm sharing this with you, they recognize now the importance of helping people with speech and communication difficulties gain more accessibility to a lot of the new voice-assisted devices that are being created in your home, in your car, and elsewhere. We really applaud your life participation approach. And Barbara was going to share just a few moments of what her recovery had been like, and as an example of that, as an inspiration for you following her stroke.
Hi, how are you? I had a severe stroke 17 years ago. I lost my speech. I could not walk. I had aphasia. I was a school librarian, and I had 3 children and 3 grandchildren. I was a patient at Burke Hospital. I learned how to walk again. I attended and danced at my daughter's wedding 5 months after my stroke. I learned how to speak again after many years of physical therapy. What had helped me to learn to speak again with aphasia? I learned how to make phone calls again. Daily, I called my family and friends, and I volunteered at White Plains Hospital, pushing a book cart. I spoke to many patients. I attended Lehman College. I joined the Adler Aphasia Center. I attended religious services and speak to many old friends. I speak the public first responders. I had spoken publicly to medical staff at the Burke Rehabilitation Center and New York Presbyterian Hospital. I enjoy discussion groups and Burke, NYU, lithography, Burke, Adler Center, and New York Presbyterian Hospital. I also participate in many Zoom calls and FaceTime calls. I thank the speech therapist for helping me with my speech and encouraging me. Thank you.
And so with that, again, we want to applaud Aphasia Access. We also hope there can be, as you mentioned with Darlene, increased collaboration and coordination between Aphasia Access and the NAA, which is website we urge you. And,
yes.
And also suggest you speak to many of the people you help. It's a dynamic website that has a lot of resources.
Yes.
And we try to provide links to a lot of the activity you and others do. So thank you again. And we really applaud your efforts towards innovation. And Barbara's a living example to what determination can do with your support.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both, Barbara and Steve. We really appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
No,
bye. So with that, we move into the presentation of the awards. I think it was Baltimore that we began a little tradition, asking those who have previously received the award to come back and present in the following summit. So as Jess is working her magic, in a minute, we're going to see Ellen Bernstein Ellis, and I'm pretty sure Jerry Kaplan's going to pop up here in a second too, if we do this right. And they are here to share the 2021 recipient of the Innovator Award.
Thanks so much, Todd. We are incredibly honored to introduce the 2021 Aphasia Access Innovator Award winner. Not only are her talents and accomplishments remarkable, but to describe her personal style, words like authentic, effervescent, positive, kind, creative, determined, generous, supportive, and yes, tireless start to paint the picture. But to fill out this portrait, we'll share some of the beautiful nomination letter that we received. Ellen?
Thank you, Jerry. This SLP has dedicated her life to advocating for people with aphasia and their care partners through implementing life participation approach to aphasia into all aspects of her therapy. Whether she is working in a community or outpatient setting or in the intensive comprehensive program, this professional has always put the needs, personal goals, and dreams of the person sitting in front of her at the center of all her treatment. She practices the essence of life participation with every patient by co-creating salient functional goals. She consistently goes the extra mile when it comes to helping her clients reintegrate into the community, and I think maybe a marathon at times. Every moment of her clinical work is imbued with passion, kindness, and excellence. She is known for teaching every person she encounters, from the car mechanic changing her tires, to the cashier at the grocery store, to the CEO of a business, about aphasia.
Whether as a clinical faculty or supervisor, she has mentored countless students at Jacksonville University across multiple disciplines. She teaches her students what it means to be a clinician who puts the needs of people with aphasia first when creating a plan and viewing them as friends versus patients. She instills in her students that her friends with aphasia are the true teachers about their lives and about aphasia. Seeing a need for a community-based aphasia center for people with aphasia to come together, have conversation, and learn how to live successfully with aphasia, this awardee and a colleague launched an innovative crowdsourcing program through Brooks Rehabilitation. She spent 2 years researching and planning the opening of the center. She traveled nationally and internationally to learn about other aphasia centers and received specialized training to implement LPAA and communicative partner training with people in the community. Since 2016, the thriving Brooks Rehabilitation Center has been providing individuals with aphasia and their care partners a new home and a new family, thanks to Jody Morgan, our 2021 Innovator recipient. But wait, Jody, there's more.
There is more, Jody. Jody has led multiple advocacy events to promote aphasia awareness, including helping to create some engaging YouTube videos that you can find on the Brooks website. And Jody also shows her talents and time with Aphasia Access as a current board member, another way she shows her commitment to furthering the life participation agenda. And Jerry, there's more.
Jody has collaborated with Lisa Edmonds at Columbia University to show the efficacy of aphasia centers in the United States. Through this research, her goal is to educate insurance providers to reimburse for intensive aphasia treatment and community-based aphasia groups. Jody is advancing communication access initiatives throughout the Brooks Rehabilitation Network so patients immediately post-stroke or brain injury can begin re-engagement in the conversation of life. Jody is implementing a specialized communication training program for inpatient nursing and all healthcare support staff. She has developed interprofessional partnerships with the counseling and occupational therapy programs at Jacksonville University, along with local physical therapy programs to facilitate clinical learning opportunities for students. Her efforts have increased access to services for individuals with aphasia by creating a network of therapists trained in supported conversation.
And finally, her nominees offered this heartfelt summary, quote, "People with and without aphasia all say the same thing. They love Jody Morgan. She spends her life helping others. She finds a way to spark human connection with anyone she meets and immediately conveys to that person a sense of their worth and value. Her joy and passion for people with aphasia and life participation emanates from within her, and she continues to be a bright light guiding those on the road of healing." Jody, this is one time when Zoom comes up short because we want to give you both just a big hug and a big congratulations.
I'm hugging.
Just, yeah, we're hugging. And Todd, I think you're going to mail the beautiful award, right?
Indeed. We will take care of that along with some Wawa coffee.
So, yay.
Jody, the floor is yours.
Well, this seems like a complete dream because, first of all, two of the people I admired most just sat there and talked about me in front of everybody. And so I'm
Jody, we're losing your sound.
You got me now?
We're back.
Accidentally hit your
We're going to pause till we get this right, friend.
Okay, I'm ready now. I just was saying this is a dream. I can't believe this is happening. And two of the people I admire most just talked about me. And I was sweating and I just am so honored. Life participation in Aphasia Access has really changed my life. And I'm going to give credit to Dr. Audrey Holland and Dr. Roberta Elmond, who I heard present at ASHA many years ago, who lit a fire in with me that has not died. A little while after that ASHA convention, I met a man with aphasia who is the most inspirational, kind, smart individual I've ever met in my life. And I had my typical 12 outpatient sessions with him. And I had to tell him that our insurance was up, that I couldn't do anything else for him. And I will never forget that moment when he leaned across the table and looked at me with tears in his eyes. And he said to me, "What now?" And I didn't have an answer. I couldn't do anything else for him. So you told the story about the crowdsourcing with my wonderful colleague, Flo Singletary. But that "what now" from him has continued to inspire me. Every time I accomplish something, every time I come to the summit, I ask myself again, what now? I couldn't have done it though without Aphasia Access. We got the green light and funding from that aphasia crowdsourcing idea. And I went to the summit with Flo Singletary, and we met a community of people that were the kindest, most giving, most focused, enduring people I have ever met in my life. And they supported me. They shared their ideas. They shared their resources with me. They opened their arms to me and gave me support. And a few months after that conference, I opened a center for people with aphasia. And we've been working and helping people ever since. Again, all of you deserve this award. And I really keep thinking that it's going to stop and I'm going to wake up from this dream because you all deserve this. Our center would not be sustainable or flourish or even be created without thanking Brooks Rehabilitation for supporting me. All of my BRAC team, my Jacksonville University students, you change lives every day. Special thanks to two of my wonderful mentors, Dr. Lisa Edmonds and Dr. Janet Whiteside, who really taught me what is important in helping people with aphasia. But I think more importantly, they believed in me. I want to thank my amazing mom. She always taught me to think with my head, but to lead with my heart. And that's what I've been trying to do. I want to thank my incredible husband, Andrew, who has really towed the rope at home and supported me. And he even listens to me talk about aphasia on our romantic date nights. So he is a really good guy for that. And really, most of all, this award is dedicated to all my friends with aphasia. They really inspire me every day, and their strength, their resilience, their kindness have really made me a better person. And I'm beyond grateful to this Aphasia Access community, all the support that you've given me. And I just hope people leave this conference looking within their hearts, seeing that fire, and asking yourself, what now? Because really, we all can make a big difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jody. I hope you see the claps, and we will save the chat for you because there's too many messages for you to scroll that quickly. But there is love throughout that chat right now, and appreciation for all you've done. we're gonna now inaugurate a new award as Jerry gets up here too. You know, every time I pause for a second, I'm like, Jess is over there, we're fine. And a new award tied to the summit that I don't want to take away their thunder, so I'll just leave it to them.
Thank you so much, Todd. Gail and I are so excited to present this new award for the first time this year. With the endorsement of the Aphasia Access Board of Directors, we have initiated the Aphasia Access Student Presentation Award. At Aphasia Access, we so deeply value student learning, as we know that they are the next generation of LPAA professionals. This award recognizes exceptional student presentations in the life participation approach. We sought student presentations that demonstrated innovation, eloquence of presentation delivery, eloquence of the content delivered, and the value impact on the Aphasia Access community. This, the inaugural year of the award, most of you will not be surprised at all that this year's exceptional group of students comes from the apprenticeship and mentorship of one of our most respected and innovative colleagues.
You'll have to wait and think about that for a minute. So over the last 2 days, we reviewed student sessions, looking for student presenters who met all of the standards above, and we found them today as we listened to a model of life participation. So Jerry and I can almost sing at this point as we honor Lucia Zhang, Ravina Birdie, and Megan Godoy, along with their mentor, Ellen Bernstein Ellis, for their presentation about the aphasia tones.
Can we spotlight some students? There we go. We're getting there.
They're coming.
Oh, look, excellent arrows.
As we get them spotlighted, just for those of you who didn't make it to this poster presentation, what an amazing group of students and just a fabulous presentation and such an impact on us. So we'll give them a chance to say a few words. So proud of you.
Thank you. I mean, truly, thank you so much. We were not expecting this at all. And we just really are so proud of our fantastic Aphasia Tones members. We have about 20 members with us who sing with us every single week. And we're just so happy to be able to still sing together. And we really encourage everyone to, you know, bring their best foot forward and to participate in any way that they can. I think I'm speaking for both Lucia and Megan, and also our dear friend Christy Tees, who has been with us 100% of the way. She's also a choir team member, and we would like to acknowledge all of her hard work too. And we would also just like to thank everyone at Aphasia Access. This is such a wonderful opportunity for us and to talk about what we're really passionate about, which is singing and music and life participation for our members with aphasia. And of course, I don't want to spend all my time talking, but we'd also just like to thank Ellen so much. For
there's the yes in a fitting place. So congratulations to you all. Not only will your scholarship and your research be remembered, you will be remembered as the first recipients of this award, which I think is even more so. We'll be in touch as long as you're still in school. Your memberships in Aphasia Access are on me and the board. We'll take care of that. We hope you just continue to be part of the community because we're honored to have you, truly.
We're so honored to have this award, and beyond happiness to receive this award. And then again, we just can be more grateful to have Ellen Bernstein Ellis as being our mentor, and being in the aphasia choir tones was such a highlight of my graduate life, and I really appreciate Aphasia Access giving us this opportunity, even participate in this amazing presentation. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well, thank you all. We're going to keep moving on with our awards at this point. We kind of need to a little bit. Thank you. And as we're going, coming up next, you're going to see the 2019 recipient of the Audrey Holland Award. And as we're doing this, I do want to give a moment of recognition to Plural Publishing, who has been a steadfast supporter of the award. Ever since it was inaugurated and presented to Audrey, and as you do your evaluations and whatnot, we'll have some special opportunities that you can take advantage of with Plural if you're interested. Roberta is going to introduce one at a time the two recipients of the Holland Award.
Yes, I'm doubly blessed today. So thank you, Todd. The Audrey Holland Award is something that I cherish. She's a friend and mentor, and receiving that award in 2019 was one of the highlights of my life. In 2015, it was inaugurated, and the Audrey Holland Award of Aphasia Access recognizes an Aphasia Access member in good standing for distinguished contributions to the life participation approach to aphasia. And it's also my predecessors winning this award were Ora Kagan and Nina Simmons-Mackey. And that was extra special 2 years ago to have them present it to me. So I get to, I'm going to start with our honoree number 1. And so this year, Aphasia Access has bestowed the Audrey Holland Award to 2 exceptional individuals, as we said. Our first awardee has had a national and international influence on people affected by neurologic communication disorders. This person has served as administrator, educator, researcher, author, and mentor. Our awardee is someone whose excellence in teaching and service has been recognized by many other organizations. This individual's work is widely respected, as evidenced by productive collaborations with colleagues in many disciplines. This distinguished recipient of the 2021 Audrey Holland Award has taught and mentored undergraduate and graduate students who have embarked on their own successful careers, has received grants and awards from public and private sources to support a variety of projects, has authored or co-authored numerous refereed journal articles, invited publications, book chapters, books, and manuals, has presented more than 200 papers, courses, and panels to state, regional, national, and international conferences, has been designated as a Fellow of ASHA, as a recipient of the honors of the Council of Academic Programs in Communication Sciences and Disorders and the honors of a state speech-language hearing association, is a state recipient of the Frank R. Kleffner Clinical Career Award and the Louis M. DiCarlo Clinical Achievement Award, a recipient of a number of awards for teaching, including Teacher of the Year, as distinguished alumnus of the university which granted our recipient's master's degree, and as a recipient of honors from the Academy of Neurologic Communication Disorders and Sciences. This awardee was one of the first in our profession to address issues that impact life participation, including communication disorders in aging, discourse in healthy aging and neurologically impaired individuals, and the impact of aphasia on care partners. Early on, she understood the impact of aphasia on family, friends, and caregivers, and emphasized the impact of the disorder on significant others through her publications, presentations, and within the stroke support group that she began back in 1982 and which continues to this day. Maybe you're starting to figure it out now. Her work has been critical in helping us understand how aphasia affects a person's identity. She identified story and narrative as invaluable in the process of constructing identity and how we as humans have a need to share stories, both big and small, for social validation. Her work has moved the entire field forward. This awardee has been a member of Aphasia Access for many years. She has served on several committees, but most notably led the task force to explore an Aphasia Access virtual conference in 2016. That was before the pandemic. Was a critical member of the 2020 Aphasia Access 24-hour teach-in program committee and has served on the board of Aphasia Access from 2018 to 2020. Her nomination papers talked about how she was is a most generous collaborator and mentor and has consistently reached out beyond our traditional borders. She's mentored research graduate students in Sri Lanka and the first cohort of undergraduate students in communication disorders at the Department of Disability Studies, Faculty of Medicine, University of Kelaniya. On a final note, what is perhaps most remarkable, having said all this, is that this awardee's graciousness and humility is mentioned by everyone. Despite her many amazing accomplishments, she is quick to deflect attention to others rather than enjoying the well-deserved attention. Well, get ready for some recognition. Please join me in congratulating our distinguished colleague and friend, a recipient of the 2021 Audrey Holland Award, Barbara Bennett Shadden.
I guess if I'm going to talk, I should unmute. Thank you, Roberta. I actually, a good chunk of the way through, didn't think that was me. So nice job of doing that. I won't take a lot of time, but I did want to say a couple of things. First, to receive the Audrey Holland Award is just sort of remarkable right there. As Maura said this afternoon, the mother of aphasia in our field, and then to be preceded by Nina and Aura and Roberta. These are all people who are remarkable and who have made such a difference in work with aphasia and with LPAA particularly. When you think about how you get involved in these things, Jody had stories, you begin to kind of reflect back, and I won't tell the stories many of you have heard about my husband and his stroke and aphasia, but two other little things that show how we get so engaged and passionate. One was in 1982, just before starting the stroke support group, my client with aphasia, who helped me start it, was telling me about how depressed she was and how she felt worthless. And I said something like, you know, you're not really alone. There are other people who feel that way. And she started to cry. And I said, what? And when she could talk, she said, I thought I was the only one. And the worst part was then she said to me, why didn't you tell me? So a few months later, we started the group that is continuing to this day. And in that group is where I learned about stories and, you know, fitting our aphasia experience into our life story. I learned about community that Maura talks so nicely about today. I just learned about the importance of social affirmation and validation. The other story is personal. It was my dad. He had 6 strokes over 10 years, never had aphasia. But watching what he and my mom, and I guess we all went through, I, on the gut level, understood the life impact of things like this. And so life participation, as we know, isn't just about aphasia. So last comments, Aphasia Access is like, I know, joining a group of soulmates without even having to work to find them. You just come in and you're welcomed, and you know you all share the same commitment. You know it's about making a difference. And there's so many brilliant people, including, for example, Jody, who do incredible work that I've enjoyed every moment of my involvement with Aphasia Access. And I thank you so much. And I thank you for the affirmation of this part of my identity, the part that's so committed to building a better life for folks with aphasia. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Congratulations. Kind of soak in this affirmation from everyone. You're getting all kinds of comments. Please look at the chat. So we kind of to take off on Ellen and Jerry's comments before, there's more. There's a second awardee. So here we go. Our second awardee has had many professional roles, including that of clinician, researcher, educator, advocate, and mentor. This awardee has utilized and pioneered LPAA principles since becoming a speech-language pathologist. This awardee's publications and presentations document a path toward including people with aphasia through use of technology, alternative and augmentative communication, and targeted treatment research. This awardee has provided service and leadership within both national and state level organizations. This 2021 awardee has provided direct therapy services, counseling, and supported programming for people with aphasia and family members since the 1980s. Has mentored numerous undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral students. Has addressed the need for people living with aphasia to tell us who they are and focused on ethnography, narrative medicine, personal narrative development, and life storytelling. Has developed training for businesses and first responders in using aphasia-friendly techniques. Has developed a tool to simulate what it is like to have aphasia. Was a founding executive director of a community-based aphasia center. Has been a pioneer in engaging people with aphasia in research priorities and has received national funding for these efforts. She's currently employed as a professor at Nova Southeastern University. The center of her professional work has been a quest for a meaningful life for persons living with aphasia, speech-language pathologists, students, and colleagues. Her focus on bringing people with aphasia and their families together with clinicians and researchers has been central to her professional activities, including the Opening Doors conferences while in Michigan, hosting several speaking out conferences for the National Aphasia Association, as well as several conferences for Voices for Hope with Aphasia in Florida. These experiences evolved into Project Bridge. When asked, our awardees summed up these efforts as, quote, "Let's listen to each other and try to imagine what it's like where you are," unquote. Please join me in congratulating our distinguished colleague and friend, a recipient of the 2021 Audrey Holland Award, Jacqueline Hinckley.
Thank you, Roberta. I'm shocked, thrilled, honored, humbled to receive the Audrey Holland Award, especially along with Dr. Barbara Shadden, and following you and Nina and Aura, all people who I have looked up to and who have influenced me so much and from whom I've learned so much. To whoever nominated me, I'm amazed and touched. Much gratitude goes to the Board of Aphasia Access and everyone in Aphasia Access in our community who is contributing to making this organization an accelerator of meaning for the lives of individuals with aphasia. I know that I'm one of, well, everyone here who has been influenced by Audrey Holland. One of the big things I learned from Audrey was the importance of being compassionately curious about other people. And sometimes those other people had aphasia. I mean, she created a test that has remained current for 31 years because she first went to people's homes and then followed them around, seeing what it was like to be who they were. This appealed to me right from the start because as a first-year master's student at the University of Michigan, I lived in the dormitory of the residential aphasia program with 15 people with aphasia. I heard about how their day went at dinner, and I heard about their dreams at breakfast. And what I learned is that everything between those hours didn't look very much like what was going on in those therapy sessions. Living with people with aphasia changed me forever. And looking back now, I realize it is the motivating force of every professional choice and project. Just the other day, I was watching a video of Audrey having a nice conversation with a gentleman who was clearly passionate about Westerns. At one point, Audrey said, just out of curiosity, if I said John, could you say Wayne? Let's try it. When he couldn't, Audrey said, oh, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Right. Because what does matter is the compassion, the curiosity, the conversation. In these times when social and systemic injustices are at the forefront of our minds, I think conversations stemming from compassionate curiosity are just the thing. Thank you, Audrey, and thank you, Aphasia Access, for making a community where those are our values and priorities.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Well, Liz, that's awards for this year. I don't know about you, but I'm working through some goosebumps right now. It's just a special 38 minutes and change.
Yeah, a heartfelt congratulations to you, Jackie, Barbara, and Jody, such deserving recipients. I think we've all had considerably wet eyes for the last half an hour or so. So congratulations. We're so proud to have you amongst our colleagues.
For sure. And thank you to Ellen and Jerry. Thank you to Roberta. Thank you to Steve and Barbara. Thank you to Becky and Omar for making this all that much more special by your presence and your participation. Final congratulations to everyone. That's a wrap for tonight. We'll see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a good night.